how the Niners will use him until he's the starter. Let's say he doesn't start week 1. I still think he's playing in that game. And today, I feel like I got the snapshot. They installed the red zone, some of the red zone offense. And the last practice, they installed the zone read. Well, they were using the zone read in the red zone. And I feel like that's going to be a part of what they do if they get inside the 12. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, so you could probably talk in much greater detail about it because you were there, you saw it get installed, you saw how it looked, you saw how explosive.
I mean, it was vanilla zone read stuff, nothing special, but they did it. Yeah.
But I think, and it's something I've talked about before. Shameless plug. I was on Underdog Fantasy with Josh Norris, and we talked about this exact thing with Trey Lance and how he could improve. And during that time, I talked about how in Kyle Shanahan's career, 2008 to 2020, his career as a play caller, his offenses in terms of red zone efficiency throughout the NFL, they have an average ranking of 19th. So they're not very good in the NFL. The two outlier
better
years,
at like explosive plays from the middle.
Right.
Of the field.
What are the two outlier years? 2016 with Matt Ryan, one of the greatest offenses in the history of the NFL. They were 8th. And 4th in 2012. Who was their quarterback? Robert Griffin. Well, to me, just by watching RG3 and studying Trey Lance's college tape, I think that Trey Lance is a better runner for the red zone than RG3. I think he's more agile. I think he's stronger. I think he's more physical. I think he's better in tight spaces. I thought RG3 was a little straight line-ish. And so I think it'll add like that. And then it goes back to, like, I hate using the name Taysom Hill, but Sean Payton has shown that the most effective way to run the football in the red zone is if you can go 11 on 11. That's because with smaller gaps, bigger people, and all of that, and teams have heavier sets, especially near the goal line, it's easier to create space if you have one more thing that needs to be accounted for. So as much as I don't like the idea of using Trey Lance like Taysom Hill, when you say that aspect of their offense looked good and they were installing and all of that, I wouldn't be shocked if until he starts, the element of him is there, because it's just too great a weapon in the run game not to take advantage of.
So I think, if Jimmy Garoppolo starts week 1, what we're going to see sometimes is he'll be driving and then he'll get to the 15 and then he'll come out and Trey Lance will come in. And, for a certain segment of the fan base, that might be tough to see. And for a certain segment of the team, that might be tough to see. The Niners are going to have to be very careful with this because it's always tough to see the starting quarterback get yo-yoed.
They did it, right?
They did it without Smith.
Against when they went to the Jets and they shut out the Jets in MetLife. Darrelle Revis and Santonio Holmes both had season-ending injuries in that game. It came after the ugly Aldon Smith incident. They lost to Andrew Luck and the Colts. And they played Aldon Smith just about every snap in that game. And there was a lot hanging over that team in 2013. And their big twist in that week 4 game against the Jets was having Colin Kaepernick as a running option for specific plays.
That's right. Yeah. And they did that a lot in 2012. I mean, they used 2 quarterbacks. And once you start doing that, it's pretty clear that the starter is, no longer really respected. He's on the way out. Double B Studio says red zone. Is this year's red zone offense looking stronger than 2019? Well, yeah. And this is what we're saying. Like, they're going to have a much better red zone running game. And the runner in the red zone is Trey Lance. He's a good throw. He's a quarterback. So it's not just going to be like running the Wildcat. It's going to be a very difficult package for teams to handle. And that's going to be something that will give him a lot of confidence if he's not the starter already. And it's going to propel him to the starting lineup eventually. So good question. Sean Shepard says, that was quick visual editing on my last super chat. LOL, does our offense look different at all, Grant? Maybe bigger and more dynamic? What up, Vish? Does the offense look different? Yeah, they're doing a lot of zone read. It's way different. It's going to help the defense too.